So I'm filming my full day of eating today for you. I have just got back from the gym, back from fasted cardio. I had coffee before cardio and yeah, did my Stairmaster, and I've still been doing fasted cardio most days, almost every day. And sometimes I'll do cardio after workout, sometimes I will only do cardio in the morning. And a few days, to be honest, I've just been doing cardio in the morning and not doing weights, because I kind of got to a point with training where I was feeling just kind of tired of, like, I wasn't feeling overly motivated. And at that point, I think, you know, I've done so much hard training all year, being on prep, so I thought, you know, it's good to give my body a bit of a break and kind of give myself that mental break as well, so that I'm coming back to it really enjoying it and loving it. So yeah, been doing fasted cardio most mornings. I'm keeping up with my cardio and kind of just being really sensible in the right way that I reverse diet, as you like to, you know, call it, but it's not really dieting. It's kind of, you know, I've been eating intuitively, which I wrote a blog article about recently, and you know, being more flexible with foods, not being super strict. I don't follow strict macros. I'm very flexible and I eat foods that I enjoy eating. I just don't overdo it. So, you know, some days I'll eat more than other days. I'll pre-plan, you know, if I'm going out for dinner or, you know, stuff like that, so I can be smart about it and not, you know, like blow out. I want to, you know, gradually, you know, move away from my stage condition and not kind of just let myself go. So that's always the goal. I'm about to make a protein pancake, and yeah, you guys will see how that goes down. Liquid egg whites. I do weigh, like, I weigh my egg whites because it's impossible to guess, you know, how much you should be having. It's like, I couldn't eyeball it if I wanted to. You know, there are some things that I do eyeball because I can. You know, I can eyeball like a portion of chicken, for example, and I know that roughly that will be, you know, the right amount of, you know, calories for me to be having, or the right amount of protein. I am going to go, so egg whites I've already weighed out, and then this is protein. This is vanilla ice cream flavor. I've also got cinnamon cereal crunch, which is ridiculously tasty. Now, like, I've got 25 grams of protein worth of egg whites already, not because I've worked that out and planned that, just because I eat egg whites so often, like when I'm on prep, that I know. So I'm adding like another 5 grams of protein, like a fifth of a scoop, or maybe slightly more. So I know that that has got roughly 30 something protein. I need to turn the oven on. Also, you'll see how I make this. So, like, this literally has egg whites and like a little bit of protein powder, and it's so easy. I'm also gonna add in this, my spice birthday cake. I only actually discovered these recently, and I've got the birthday cake and the cinnamon, no, birthday cake and snickerdoodle, and they are both ridiculous. So I put a little bit in here. If I'm eating oats, I also would often put a bit in my oatmeal, and my man's also had it on like on toast, on like cinnamon bread, which sounded really good. I've turned on, I've got a little bit of spray. I just spray this like so that it doesn't stick. You don't really need it when it's a non-stick pan, but can't have it sticking. And it will be kind of like, it won't be a perfect texture. It'll be kind of like, it looks kind of weird. It looks kind of a little bit like it wouldn't taste good, but it's actually really good. I don't have an actual lid for that little pan, so I just chuck it over it, cover it. I actually leave it till it's almost cooked through, and then what I've done is I put the oven on, and I actually take the whole pan and put it in the oven to finish it off. So it's kind of like, you know, it cooks most of the way through, but because it's only egg whites and protein powder, I don't want to risk trying to like flip it, because that could end really bad. Just give that a minute and it will go in the oven and that will be ready. A normal like meal one protein pancake is cooking, so that's like 30 grams of protein roughly. I usually will have either oatmeal, or I really like this Ezekiel sprouted grain cereal. I actually don't know if you can get this in New Zealand, so it's relatively, you know, like high in carbs, but it contains a lot of protein, and also it doesn't have sugars in it, so like added sugars. So it's like, it's a very like natural, like clean cereal, and I love like granola and all that kind of stuff, but it's a lot of like stuff like granola, the ones that taste great have like so much sugar in them. So it's like oatmeal. I'm gonna do oatmeal today. I am going to weigh it because oatmeal is impossible to eyeball. Like, I don't know how you could possibly look at a bowl of dry oats and be like, oh yeah, that's about something. Like, I swear, every time, if I've ever tried to eyeball it, it's like 5 times the amount of what I realistically need. So, you know, we're gonna go about that. So it's like 20 grams of carbs, dry oats. I'm gonna put water in them. 3 minutes, gotta keep an eye on them. There's nothing worse than overflowing oats. So you can see that it's starting to cook through, but it will actually like thicken up quite a lot and actually rise up, which is kind of seems random that it would rise up because there's no baking powder in or anything. You can obviously make a protein pancake with carbs in it as well. I got into a habit of making this particular like little recipe when I was on prep, because it's literally just egg whites and a little bit of protein, so it's really easy to have, you know, almost right after a show. It's like if I was making one of these for my boyfriend, instead of having like this much protein powder, I'm putting in a whole scoop, so it's like 50 grams of protein, but you could also put oats in it as well and cook it, and obviously then you'd have carbs in your pancake as well if you want to condense it all into something that's not going to fill you up too much. Keeping an eye on my oats, because you know, like, you know, if you like start your day bad and things just snowball, the worst thing is at the start of your day when your oats overflow in the microwave. Oh my god, and the mess, it goes everywhere and it's sticky and you gotta take the whole tray out, and yeah, wash your oats. So you can see that it's starting to cook through. It's still like a little bit too liquidy, so I'm just gonna cover it for like a second more, and then I'm gonna put the whole thing in the oven. My oats ready. Vanilla stevia. Flavored stevia is bomb, so I'm gonna go a bit of vanilla stevia. I mean, I do like oatmeal, but I like having flavor in it. I'm gonna go with this Snickerdoodle on my spice. It's basically, it's got a bit of protein in it. It's low in sugar. It's kind of just like a flavor that's it's pretty harmless to add in a bit, you know. Low sodium and gluten-free, non-GMO. It's got whey protein in it. Low sodium is kind of important for me because I have been extremely low sodium up into a show to dry out, which means that I want to be careful not to overdo the sodium, as I kind of gradually find more of a balance with that. So those two things in there, and it's highly likely that I will put more stevia on top of it. I think this little pancake will be well and truly ready to come out. Going to sprinkle a little stevia on it. I kind of put stevia on like everything. I use birthday cake seasoning in it, so I better use birthday cake seasoning in it again. Pancake, approximately 30 grams of protein, not really any fat, not really any carbs. Oatmeal, approximately 20 grams of carbs, not really any fat, not really any protein. So I'm about to have a snack. bunch of carrots, Diet Coke, hummus. Obviously there's a bunch of carbs there, not much of anything else. Hummus is pretty harmless. It's relatively low in calories, it's relatively low in sodium, doesn't have a lot of sugars in it, doesn't have any added sugars. It's just something that's like, you know, if you ate a whole tub of it every day, you might overkill on calories, but it's a very easy thing to have as a snack. I'm sitting at my computer, I'm doing work, just a little snack along the way. I am still working, and this is my next snack. Maybe 200 or 300 calories worth. This stuff is ridiculous if you haven't tried it. High protein, low carbs, it's all natural, it's gluten free, it's high in antioxidants, no added sugar. It's called ghee butter. You can actually microwave it and like make like a little brownie type thing with all the different flavors, but I personally prefer it in the freezer. So I literally put the jars in the freezer and I just eat it out of the freezer with a fork. So I'm about to make a meal for, I guess. I've had two kind of snacks. Today is a rest day, so I've been sitting on my butt at my computer most of the day, and I don't get super hungry. I'm making low carb wraps. I've got grilled chicken with taco seasoning, no sodium, and I've already sliced some of it up on the pan. It's a lot nicer if you heat, like if you cook a bunch of protein, which is what I usually do. Like I'll cook a bunch of lean ground beef, or I'll cook a bunch of chicken breast, and I'll have a big Tupperware that I can make meals from during the day. It means I can easily prep meals if I'm going out for the day. A lot of the time I'm actually at home during the day because I'm on my computer working like I have been today. These low carb tortillas, there's only 3 grams of net carbs per tortilla and only 50 calories. So I kind of think most of the time, like if you can buy something that's a lower calorie option, why wouldn't you? Unless you're trying to eat more calories in, obviously. So tortilla, I'm gonna heat it up for 20 seconds. Got my chicken going. What I'm gonna put in here is red pepper hummus and some black beans. They're just canned black beans. I buy the low sodium version. As I said earlier, I don't want to go crazy on sodium that's kind of like unnecessary or excess sodium, because I've obviously been low sodium for a bunch of time into my shows. Also going in there, baby spinach and red peppers. So it's all good to go. Sometimes if I'm really hungry, I will just stand in the kitchen and eat a few of them. Sometimes if I'm working like I am now, I will make one, sit down, eat it and come back. And it's kind of nice to do that, I think, because you have time to be like, okay, I'm full, I'm not hungry anymore. So I find it quite good to do that. But anyway, these are some of my favorite, and I also love doing these low carb tortillas with lean beef. It's really easy to make, like super tasty stuff, and just a little bit of imagination. There are so many healthy options out there. A lot of the time it's about learning how to read the nutrition labels, learning what to look for, and what is the best choice. filmed a full day of eating for you guys. It was a rest day, so it was a day that I had lower carbs than if I was training. I actually filmed that over a week ago and I've been sick, so I really wanted to wait until I was feeling and sounding a bit better to film some wrap up dialogue for you guys, and to now start being a lot more consistent with filming weekly content for you guys. It's hard to keep filming every week and feel, for me personally, when I'm getting ready for a show, I find it very easy to do my weekly updates. My physique's changing, it's all exciting. I'm leading up to a show and there's so much that I feel like I can share with you guys. And what I need to do is I need to switch my mindset to sharing value with you guys all the time, not just when I'm getting ready for competition. So I'm kind of going through a bit of a a learning phase for me of the message that I want to keep sharing with you guys, even though I'm not about to step on stage. With eating, I did a blog article on intuitive eating, and I said that I was going to film a full day of eating, so I have. It's, eating intuitively, to me, it's something that is, it's really empowering for me to do that, and for me to be able to do that without, over stressing about, calories and food and am I going to wake up fat tomorrow. And I know that that's never going to happen, but you don't just eat bad one day and wake up fat. It doesn't work like that. But it's this whole mindset that I have developed over years and years of competing, and of course coming with a background of an eating disorder. I developed an eating disorder because I felt out of control in my own life. I didn't feel like I was truly in control of my own happiness. I was unhappy in relationships. I was, I never felt, I don't know, I didn't feel like I really knew who I was or what I wanted to do, or it's hard to kind of try and explain it because it doesn't really make sense when I look back at it. But so with our long history of having an eating disorder and then going into competing, where I was following quite a strict nutrition plan all the time, it's been tough to switch my mindset into not obsessing about food and not having foods that are bad foods, so you can only have them if it's a cheat meal, that type of mindset. And there are a lot of different opinions on what intuitive eating really even is. To me, intuitive eating is eating what I want to eat when I want to eat it, and not being overly stressed about calories or body composition or anything like that. Just really just really eating whatever I want to eat. And it's hard to kind of it's hard to explain it more than that. I think, and I wrote this in my article, I've got a lot of experience in, prepping for competitions, and obviously I have qualifications, which mean I've got a lot of knowledge on food. So it's really easy for me to eat intuitively and to know roughly what I'm putting into my body, and that I'm not going to get a radically different result in terms of body composition by what I'm doing, whereas someone who didn't have kind of that knowledge, it may be harder to eat intuitively because you don't really know what your body needs and how to get that out of food in order to achieve, say, your health and fitness goals. And it may just be that you are you're lacking in energy, or it may be that you've got problems with your skin, or it may be anything like that you don't know how to eat intuitively to make sure that those things are all looked after as best they can be by food. So it is empowering for me to be able to eat intuitively, and I think it's it's something that I will keep doing forever until I
if I decide to compete again and need to really be a lot stricter. But it's, you know, it's something that you guys out there, I want you to feel like there's an option of you doing that. I want you to feel as though you don't have to follow a super strict diet in order to achieve, you know, maybe just to lose a few pounds or look a little better in your favorite dress or whatever it is that you want to achieve. So it's hard without the knowledge. It's hard if you don't have any knowledge, and I think that's where, you know, I want to be able to provide you guys with as much value as I can, and, you know, share knowledge with you guys to help you better choose, you know, things that you can eat all the time that are going to allow you to, you know, feel happy, feel satisfied, feel full, but also achieve your goals. I'm going to wrap this one up. I will be getting back into a routine of filming now that I'm better and training more. I've got lots of exciting things coming up in the works, things to share with you guys, and, you know, things that I've been working on for a long time. So thank you for watching. If you have questions about intuitive eating, then please send me a message, reply in the comments, whatever it is that you've got questions about. I'm always happy to help you guys. And if you haven't read the article on my blog, then go and read that. I wrote an article on intuitive eating, which has got, of course, more detail in it than I've, you know, discussed right here in this video. So check it out. SheenaJaneFitness.com is my website, and that is where you'll find the blog articles. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing what a random day of eating for me looks like, and I will see you guys soon.